Get ready to update your zoos! Planet Zoo has just revealed the brand new Asia Animal Pack, and it is packed with content you are not going to want to miss. We are getting 7 new animals, over 100 beautiful scenery items, and a surprise! A free butterfly species as a part of the free update. The pack officially drops on 25th of June, so the countdown starts now. Of course, there is a brand new trailer and screenshots that we are going to break down in just a moment, but first, I know that you are all wondering which animals made the cut. Here is the full lineup of the Asia Animal Pack. The honey badger, the lion-tailed macaque, the Japanese raccoon dog, the Borean elephant, the blackback, the Nilgai, and the Perry David steer. That gives us a mustelid, a canid, a primate, a new Asian elephant subspecies, and 3 unique ungulates. Honestly, this lineup surprised me, but in a quite good way. A lot of those animals were on my personal wishlist, and I am really excited to see them in the game. I know some of you might feel differently about getting 3 ungulates and another elephant in the DLC, but we'll get into that a bit later. As for the scenery, it is looking gorgeous. The new pieces are inspired by East and Southeast Asia, with tons of colorful flowers, vibrant decorations, and even some themed benches. I can't wait to see more. Now, I know we always ask this with every new DLC. Could this be the last one? And honestly, this pack doesn't give off the final DLC vibes to me. I'm still holding out hope that there is more on the horizon. And speaking of surprises, Frontier also teased a little something extra. One of the screenshots that they sent me was labeled Free Malabar Rose Butterfly, which suggests that we are getting a brand new butterfly species for the walkthrough exhibit. And this one isn't tied to an anniversary update. How cool is that? Huge thanks to Frontier for sending me the trailer, screenshots, and all the early info so I could bring you the news right away. Alright, let's stop talking and start exploring. Let's check out the trailer of the Asia Animal Pack. In this part of the video, we will break down this beautiful trailer of the Asia Animal Pack to see what we can find in it. We'll be on the lookout for the new animals, new scenery items, and also potentially some new plants. Very exciting, I cannot wait to see what we will find. In this first scene, as you guys can see, this is probably a new career scenario map. There's a new career scenario coming with this DLC as well as with the previous ones, so this is very exciting if you guys like those. So in here, I think we can actually see some new things already. For example, I think that those pieces here are new. This is probably a new like statue. I think that this is potentially a raccoon dog, but yeah, this is all very far, so we cannot see anything in detail. So maybe let's see some other scenes of this trailer. Okay, so here we can see our first animal from the new Asia Animal Pack, the Borean elephant. This is the subspecies of the Asian elephant that we already have in the game, and this is the smallest subspecies of the Asian elephant, so this is potentially going to be a lot smaller than the Asian elephant that we already have in the game. And now, when I first saw this trailer, I thought that why are those guests in the habitat with the elephants? But now, after a second time looking at this, I think that this is actually elevated and the elephants cannot go into this. But we can also see that there is a boat ride in here, and already we can see some new building pieces. So this is definitely new, all this colorful stuff. Probably this elephant, or I don't know, maybe it was a part of the base game, but those flowers are new for sure. And here we have like a new themed bench. I think that this is totally new. What I am wondering is that we have this whole Asian or Indian theme, beautiful theme in the game that was never recolorable. It was part of the base game, and I'm very wondering if they will actually make it recolorable right now, because I can see some different colors in here, so I don't know if that is actually this building set or this is something new. Okay, so let's move over to the next scene where we can actually see the Borean elephant. Now, this for me is a bit controversial. I am not the biggest fan of it being in this DLC. The Borean are like elephants are not very popular in zoos. I think that there's only one in one of the US zoos. Actually, I don't know if there are any in Europe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I would want another animal probably. Like instead of it, but I cannot deny that this model of the animal is so beautiful. Such a like a step up from the elephants that we already had from the base game. So yeah, Frontier is doing amazing with their new animal models, and this one is really beautiful. The Borean elephant has smaller tusks when it comes to the male. It also has slightly bigger ears compared to the Asian elephants, and it has a longer tail, so I hope that it is also included. But yeah, besides the beautiful elephants, I don't think that we can see anything new in here. Like those are the plants that we already had in the game, and yeah, in the back maybe possibly something new, but we'll see more building pieces in the next scene. Yeah, the elephant is absolutely beautiful, but again, quite an interesting choice. Okay, so here we have a lot of new building pieces, as you guys can see. They are mixed with the pieces that you already know from the base game, such as those posters, those fabrics. I think that this is also in the game, but those flowers in here are definitely new. Those flowers that we have in the front are new. I think that this like lamp thing is also totally new. Potentially there is something new on those I don't know, like small roofs. I think that we had those sheets, but maybe there's new like shapes of them. I don't know, but there's definitely something that I'm not recognizing. But yeah, those are the new building pieces for sure. There is also something interesting in here. I'm not sure what it is, but it also might be new. But yeah, this is, I think, everything that we can see here. Yeah, I also think that those things might be new, like those ornaments in here. And potentially this lamp, I don't know, I am not using the Indian theme in the game that much. That's why I'm not very convinced, but this might be new. Okay, another new animal. This is the lion-tailed macaque. For me, slightly more exciting than the elephant. I wish that we didn't have a black and white monkey in the previous DLC. I think that the macaque would make a bigger impact if we didn't have the white face Saki in the last one. But still very happy to have another Asian primate in the game, and to have another primate in general, because it's been a while, like maybe not a while, but we still are missing quite a lot of them in the game. We will talk more about, you know, the animals that I would like to see in this DLC later at the end of the video, but let's continue the breakdown. So this is probably like all the males and females of the species, they both have this mane. The males have bigger tusks, and they are also slightly bigger and have longer tails. I don't know if this will be included in the game, it's hard to say based on the trailer, but this is potentially the male looking at the teeth. So they are very distinctive. This is very distinctive when it comes to this mane, and also they have this end of the tail that is white, and that's why they have this like name of the lion-tailed macaque. But very happy to have another macaque in the game. Finally, we only have one. There's still many of the species of macaques that are still missing, but yeah, this one looks great. What else we have in here? We have, of course, this is a female of the Borean elephant. You can clearly see that it is smaller than the one that we already have in the game. I think also those flowers here are new. I think we have this in the game already. Also, I'm not sure about those boats. I think we have something like this. So they are not really showcasing a lot in this trailer, but I quite like it. I like to be surprised, you know? What else we can see? We can see another animal. This is the honey badger, of course. Maybe let's make it like this. This is one of my most requested animals for this game, so I am very happy about this. This is a feisty little guy that destroys like the bee hives. That's why it is called a honey badger because it loves to eat honey. And yeah, very feisty, very aggressive. It is a mastolid, so it belongs to the same family as weasels, as for example our wolverine that we have in the game, as otters. And of course the badger that we also have in the game already. But yeah, this is a beautiful, beautiful model. I love the fur textures in here. So yeah, really happy about this guy, and I cannot wait to see how it acts in the game. I hope it will have some unique animations. This is the look from the front, so we can see the face. It is absolutely beautiful. The claws look really good. I also cannot see any new plants or anything in here. But yeah, this animal is so requested by me, and I am so happy that it will be included. And that's the end of the trailer. It doesn't show much, it only showed 3 animals. We also have, of course, the release date, that is 25th of June, so next week. But we also have some screenshots that show us more animals. The first screenshot that we'll have a look at is the badger that we just saw. This is the honey badger. Beautiful fur textures. I love the big claws, and this is quite an accurate model, I would say. I really like it. It looks just like a honey badger, what can I say? Really good job by Frontier. I cannot wait to place them in my zoos. The cool thing about them is that they live both in Asia and Africa, so we can actually place them in different sections of your zoos, which is always nice. This is another animal that we already have seen in the trailer. This is the lion-tailed macaque, sitting and staring at the camera. I just love the eyes, they are so beautiful. Also this texture here on this mane is also really nice. As you guys can clearly see, those are very social. They live in big groups, so nice that we'll be able to have so many of them in one of the enclosures. And yeah, not much to say. I really like how shaggy it is. I cannot wait to see if it will have some unique animations or if it's the same rig as the animal that we already have in the game. I'm not really sure about this, but really beautiful model. Now, the animal that we actually haven't seen in the trailer, and that is a very welcome and very huge surprise to me personally. This is the Perry David's deer. This deer is very important when it comes to zoos and conservation, because just like the Przewalski's wild horse, it was completely extinct in the wild, and it is slowly being reintroduced thanks to the zoos. It survived in the zoos. The zoos are doing this amazing conservation program that breeds them and that is releasing them to the wild. So that just shows how important the zoos are actually, and the history of this animal is sad but also very beautiful that we were able to make the efforts to just, reintroduce it to the wild. The Perry David's deer is very distinctive because of its long snout. It has like a very long and thin snout. I have seen it in several zoos, and this is actually a huge surprise to me because this is one of those animals that I thought that we'll never get in Planet Zoo. It is very specific, another animal that a lot of you might not know about, so very nice, very good thing about the education and stuff that you guys will be able to learn something about this animal. A lot of you left me comments that you are so glad that you learned about the bush dog because you didn't know that it exists, so maybe it will be also with this animal. We actually cannot see the male in here, it is not present, but we have the female, and we have beautiful foal in here that it looks amazing. I cannot wait to see the male, and yeah, pretty exciting to have another deer in the game. I think that this is one of the most common ungulate groups in the zoos that is slightly underrepresented in Planet Zoo, so good thing to have them, especially with their skull and extinction history and stuff. And this is the last screenshot that I got from Frontier, and I already talked about this. This is the free animal that we are getting. Of course, nothing maybe too major or too grand, but it's always nice to get a new animal, especially that I actually love the walkthrough butterfly exhibits in this game. This is the Malabar Rose butterfly that is native to India. So this is the Indian species, really beautiful as you guys can see. Probably you'll be able to mix it with other butterflies, but very cool small detail to be added to the game. I really appreciate when they do those you know, free things for us when they are releasing new updates. So really cool, really happy about this, and now we have another Asian butterfly in the game. What are my thoughts about this DLC? I must say that this DLC is quite interesting. It definitely has a lot of pros, it definitely has a lot of cons, so maybe let's talk briefly about them. The first and biggest pro for me is that we are getting a new DLC. The game could have already ended so long ago, but we are still getting them, so of course I am happy for a new content and for new animals and building pieces. So this is so amazing, and yeah, so glad that Frontier is releasing them still. The other thing that I really love is that it has more than 100 scenery items. In the previous DLCs we got less, like 80 or 60 or something like that, so 100 plus is really nice. I love building in this game, so getting a lot of scenery items is always nice. Now, when it comes to the animals, I have some mixed feelings here. Although you guys know that I am a huge fan of ungulates, I love building for them in Planet Zoo, and I also really appreciate seeing them in real life zoos. Even I can admit that we could get 2, and it will be enough, I think, for this DLC. I really wanted to see the blackback in Planet Zoo. I think that this is one of the most beautiful antelopes in the world. I am also very excited for the Nilgai. I really wanted to see it in Planet Zoo. It is a bigger ungulate, we don't have many of those, so very happy about this. So yeah, those two are for me personally pros, but the Perry David's deer, although I love the inclusion of this because of the whole conservation story, I think that not many people know about this, and the game being so long in its development cycle, a lot of people are, you know, a bit shifted away to different games and, you know, not playing as much. I think that probably some more exciting animals would bring more people back to the game. And there's so many like species that they could add from the Asia, I think would be so much more interesting and so much more simply exciting for a lot of you. So that's why I have some mixed feelings about, for example, the Perry David's deer, and also the lion-tailed macaque was also an interesting choice. It is definitely not the most requested primate from Asia. We will talk more about the animals that I would like to see in their places in a second. The honey badger is an absolute pro of this DLC. I think that a lot of you will be very excited for this. It was highly requested, so there's nothing to complain here about. But the raccoon dog, I love its addition. It's a very cool animal, and I love that it will be added because its conservation story again is very important. A lot of them are unfortunately killed for a fair trade. Is again an animal that I think won't bring a lot of people to the game, and that is quite unknown to a lot of you, so probably, again, I would choose something else. But the biggest mystery for me in this whole pack is the elephant. Like, I get maybe several of you wanted a new elephant, but I think that a lot of us would like to see something else, especially that this is a subspecies, and a subspecies that is very unpopular in zoos around the world, so very interesting choice, I must say. Of course, I am happy to have a really nice model of the elephant in the game. I will probably end up building for it anyway, but again, there's so many different animals that I would love to see. But again, maybe some of you are super happy about this. It is very personal every time with those new additions of animals. To me, if they would add 3 different species and subspecies of giraffes, I would be just all over the moon. But I know that many of you probably won't. As I told you, there are some animals that I would like to see instead. The biggest con for me here is that, you know, Planet Zoo is old. It is like more than 5 years into development, and every of those DLC is potentially the last one. which is very sad to see, but let's be realistic here. So we might never see some animals from Asia now, because maybe it is in last Asian DLC that we'll get. And the animals like gaur, like yak, like Asiatic lion, the reef's muntjac, the slow loris, the fishing cat, for example, the golden snap-nosed monkey, the golden pheasant that I would just love to see, or the Sumatran rhino. What else? Maybe the Visayan warty pig. We would never see them if this is actually the last Asian DLC. And I think that those are the animals that a lot of you would like to see, based on your comments, based on the meta wishlist and all this stuff. So I am hoping that this is not the last of the Asian continent that we are seeing in Planet Zoo. I hope that there will be at least some of those that I mentioned added as well. And I think that any of them would be a slightly better choice over the Borean elephant, but that's only my opinion. Of course, tell me down in the comments, what do you guys think about this? Do you like the roster of the animals? If not, what you will change? I need to thank Frontier once again for giving me the early access to all of that. You guys are just the best. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. And I just cannot wait to start building for those animals. I already have some small ideas here and there, so stay tuned for that. As soon as I will grab my hands on this new DLC, I will start building for the new animals. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and if you'd like to hear more about Planet Zoo from me, give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, ring the bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video like this. And again, leave me a comment and tell me what you think about the Asia Animal Pack. Thank you guys so much for watching, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!